Today we will be doing the case of concave lens. Like yesterday we had done the cases of convex lens. Now today we are dealing with concave lens. In concave lens we have got only two cases. First case is when the object is at infinity, and the case 2 when the object is anywhere in front of the lens, anywhere other than at infinity. So this case, let us see the Venn diagram and the characteristics of the image. So method of doing the diagram is same. We draw a horizontal line and a vertical line. This side are at f1. This side is 2f1, f2, 2f2. Where is the object? Object is at infinity. That means the rays will come parallel. So we will draw the ray parallel. One ray will take one line above the principal axis, one line below the principal axis. This lens is concave when the ray will diverge. The ray will not pass through F2, rather it will appear to pass through. Here is the main focus. So it will be moving like this. Here, from here we will begin this line point. This point will be joining by dotted line, and we will extend this. Here is the image form. We can draw few more rays because object is at infinity, so at least few more rays we must draw in order to form the clear image. One more ray will take above it. Again this will pass through F1 and will go straight. Here also second line will take here. From here only will begin and it will go straight. Here is the image form. We write on the characteristics. Characteristics. Number 1. Where is the image forming at F1? Formed at F1, or we can write formed at principal focus. This side is the principal focus, the other side is the auxiliary focus. Number 2. Virtual, because we are using dotted line to make the image. Third one is erect, and the fourth one is highly diminished. Highly diminished. Uses, we write in the correction of myopia. In the correction of myopia, which means short-sightedness. Defect of vision, myopia. And last finishing touch we will give by drawing the lens concave like this. Like this will be at last. So this is the case of first case of concave lens. And this diagram suggests that the concave lens behaves as a diverging lens, spreading the rays, diverging the rays. So that's why it is called diverging lens also. Convex is called converging lens because the rays coming lens will converge, and this is called diverging lens because the rays are getting spread or getting diverged by this lens. And we use the concave lens for the negative power, that is the correction of myopia. We got another case, that is case 2. Only 2 cases we have here. Unlike convex lens. In convex lens we had 6 cases, but here we have only 2 cases. When the object is anywhere except at infinity, other than at infinity, that is the second case. So for that also we will do the same way. This line we will take, another line will take vertical line. This side will mark F1, this side 2F1, F2, 2F2. We will keep the object anywhere. It can be here, 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 or here, or here. Anywhere it can be. So let us keep the object in front of the lens. Anywhere it can be. Don't bother beyond 2F1 or between 2F1 and all. Don't bother. You can keep the object. You may not draw even this. Keep the object anywhere. First ray will come parallel like this. Height of the object, again you're taking two lines, one line and another line. This ray will be diverging over the lens is concave, so it will diverge from this point like this. From this point we will be doing dotted line and it will go like this. Second ray will take from here and will pass it through O1, which will go straight like this. Here is the image. We'll mark the image as A dash B dash. We write characteristics now. Characteristics. Number one, when it is formed between F1 and O. Second one, virtual, because dotted line is used. And virtual image is always erect or upright, we like that. Fourth point we see diminished. Uses again correction of myopia. Use is correction of myopia. Concave lens use is only for the correction of myopia, main use. Again, we give a finishing touch by drawing a concave lens like this. You can say the object image is formed between the object and the lens. That also it can be said. Here is the image lying between the object and the lens, anywhere between the object and the lens. Virtual image. So we have only two cases in concave lens. By chance, here if the question asks you draw three rays from the point B to show the formation of the three rays. How to draw the third ray? Third ray we always draw through the auxiliary focus. Where is it? Here is the main focus, the principal focus. Where is the auxiliary focus? Over here. So we'll be taking that property. From here, we'll draw the line as if it passes through F2. Using ruler we'll do like this, as if it passes through F2. But now the ray out here will become parallel. It won't be passing through parallel, but here the dotted line will extend. It will meet there only where other two rays are already meeting. This ray will come here. It is having tendency to pass through F2. It seems that it will pass through F2, but it will not be able to pass through F2 because of the concave lens. Rather, it becomes parallel. So auxiliary focus property will apply. And backward, we will be using dotted line where these three lines are meeting, there only the image is formed. That means the image is formed between F1 and O. The position of the image will not change, this property will not change. Only we will have three rays drawn now from the point B. If question asks you draw three rays for the formation of image, we will take the three rays like that. And the lens later on will be completing by drawing this. So now comparison between the convex lens and concave lens. Convex lens forms real image as well as the virtual image. Virtual image only in one case, the last case, when the object is between F1 and O, that is convex lens. But this lens always forms virtual image only. This lens always forms erect image only. And the convex lens can form inverted as well as erect image. Erect means virtual image. And only in one case it forms. How can we differentiate the virtual image formed by convex lens and concave lens? Convex virtual image is bigger and it is formed behind the object. Behind the object, convex lens, the last case, it is formed behind the object that we use in simple macroscope or magnifying glass. Whereas the virtual image of concave lens is diminished. Virtual image of convex is magnified, but virtual image of concave is diminished, and it is formed between the object and the lens. So that way we can differentiate. If question comes like this, a lens forms a diminished erect image, name the lens. Diminished and erect image, lens is concave. A lens forms a magnified virtual or erect image, name the lens, that will be convex lens. And draw the diagram to show its action as to form the image, then we will draw the diagram accordingly. If the lens is convex, we will identify and then we will draw the diagram accordingly. So that way you can differentiate. A lens forms the image of same size. What lens is that? Definitely the lens will be convex only, because the convex only when the object is at 2f1, the image is also formed at 2f1. The lens will be only convex, it can't be concave, because concave always forms a diminished image, smaller image. You can't make the image of same size. Okay, if question comes, a lens forms a diminished image which is obtained on the screen. So, name the lens. Which kind of image is obtained on the screen? Only real image. And we know the real image can be only formed by concave lens. The lens has to be concave. Some kind of clues will be given, the image on the screen, or we can project on the screen, and also that will be the real image. So that some kind of clues will be given. A lens forms a magnified image, and that lens has to be convex. It can't be concave, because concave forms always the diminished image. It can't be that. So that way we can differentiate between the image formed by convex lens and concave lens. We can think for a while and distinguish between them. So these are the cases of image formation in a lens. I mean, in any kind of lens. We have done all those ray diagrams. Now we have some numericals based on the lens equation. So there is a lens equation or lens formula, we can call it lens equation. Lens equation, write it down, 1 by V minus 1 by U equal to 1 by F. I'll write down the meaning of the symbol, where V equal to image distance, U is equal to object distance, F is equal to focal length of the lens, Okay. These are the meaning of this symbol. Derivation of this formula you don't have in syllabus, but the use of formula is there in the syllabus. So we have to do numerical problems using this formula. Okay. Now we apply the sign, positive or negative, depending upon the situation. U is negative always in any case. The sign for U will be always negative in any case. Actually, the object in front of the lens, normally we keep in the left side. So left side distance will be negative, right side distance will be positive. So U will be always on the left side of the lens, that is the opposite side, where the rays, incident rays coming like this, and we are taking this way, the distance we measure from the optical center. The U is always negative in any case. Now V means the image distance. If the image can be real, it can be virtual. If the image is real, so it will be formed on the other side of the lens, that means other side of the object, that means on the right side. V will be positive for real image and will be negative for virtual image. Virtual image is formed on the same side as the object, means on the left side, so it will be negative. Now focal length F. If the lens is convex, where is the principal focus of the convex lens? The principal focus of the convex lens is situated on the right side. That means F2 is on the right side. So it will be positive. Positive for convex lens or for converging action. And the sign of F will be negative for concave. Lens. Because concave is principal focus is situated on the left side. So that way we can use the sign conventions. And then we have one more thing out here, is called magnification, or we call it linear magnification, or we can call it linear magnification. That is denoted by M. And magnification formula M is equal to, we write here, V by U. Magnification talks about the size of the image with respect to the size of the object. Suppose if M is 1, then that means V and U will be equal. That means the size of the image will be same as it will be equal to the size of the object. If M value is more than 1, that means the image will be bigger by that many times. I give example. So M is coming 2. That means V will be twice of U. That means image will be twice as large as the size of the object. That means image is 2 times larger, enlarged image. If N is 10, So we say image is 10 times enlarged as compared to the object. If m is coming less than 1, that is in fraction 1 by 2, 3 by 4, this kind of fraction less than 1, fraction less than 1, then the size of the image will be diminished by that many times. I say m minus 3 by 4, that means the image will be 3 by 4 times diminished as compared to the object. So that is the meaning of m. If m value is equal to 1, same size. If m value is more than 1, bigger in size. And if m value is less than 1, smaller in size. These three ways we can differentiate about the size of the image. And this m also will have sign. So m sign will be ready for real image. You can think real image v is positive but u is always negative. So positive by negative, the answer will come negative. This will be the value of sign for m. Sign of m is negative. I am writing that is negative ve, positive plus ve, right? The sign of m is negative for real image and sign of m is positive for virtual image. Because virtual means both v and u are negative. So negative, negative cancel, answer remains positive. So the sign of m is positive for virtual image. So these are the sign convention and the meaning of that. So now we do some problems on number 1. Not from the books, I will say myself only. Then question says an object is placed at a distance 60 centimeter in front of a convex lens of focal length 15 centimeter. Find the position and the nature of the image. Find the position and the nature of the image. Hope you have understood the question. You can write it down also what I said. Question says an object is placed at a distance of 60. You can write a u. U means object distance from the lens is 60 centimeter and u value is 60 centimeter. And put a minus sign. Focal length of the in front of a convex lens of focal length 15. So focal length of the lens is given 15 centimeter. What lens is this? Convex. We put a plus sign here. Plus sign we may not have understood to be there. And if it is concave lens, we put a minus sign. So u and f known, v is unknown. We have to find the value of v. So we are using the formula that says 1 by v minus 1 by u equal to 1 by f. We'll be putting the value and finding the value of v. U value is minus 60, f is 15, minus minus plus will go that side. 1 by v, we can once you can add plus here 1 by 15. This will go that other side. 1 by v is equal to 1 by 15 minus 1 by 60. 1 by v, we are taking LCM 15, 60, LCM is 60, 15 4 times, 61 times. 1 by v, 3 by 60, 3 1s are 3 20s are reciprocate, v will become 20 centimeter. And the sign of v will come itself only by doing the calculation. Sign of v is coming out here plus. Plus means what kind of image? Real image. If the value of v comes negative, means on the same side, left side, it will be virtual. These are all implied sign, implication sign. Implied sign at the back. The value of v is 20 centimeter. Now we will be writing the answer now. Concluding on therefore, the image is formed. The image is formed at a distance of 20 centimeter on the other side of the lens. Other side of the lens. How to know other side? Because the sign is positive here. If sign comes negative, on the same side we say. Then we write here, it is real. It is real. Real will be inverted. And we check the size of the image. whether the image is diminished or same size or enlarged. We'll check that. So for that now we'll be doing a bit calculation in the rough. We'll add m is equal to v by u. M will find v values we calculated is coming 20. We'll add 20. U values minus 60. 1 by 3. So m is coming minus 1 by 3. Minus sign signifies the image is real. We, while writing concluding answer, or when we are concluding the answer, that time we will not consider the minus sign there. We'll see the answer coming 1 by 3. 1 by 3 is less than 1. So it is 1 by 3 times diminished. We can add it. And 1 by 3 times diminished. Diminished is small. 1 by 3 times diminished. By chance, if they say the size of the object is, say for example, 30 centimeter. What is the size of the image? We know size of the image is 1 by 3 times. We'll do calculation 1 by 3 into 30. Whatever is the size of the object given. 1 by 3 into 30, cancel, answer will become 10 centimeter. That means the image will become 1 by 3 times smaller or diminished. So this is how we will be doing the calculation. By chance, if m value will come 3 years, we'll add it 3 times enlarged or 3 times magnified, we will write. If the value of m comes 1, so we'll write here and of same size, then we'll write. Because m is equal to 1 is the same size. When the size of the image object is given, we can easily calculate the size of the image. This will represent the size of the image that many times of the size of the object. So that whatever answer comes, that multiplied by the size of the object, the answer will come. So this is the question number 1, answer first problem on the length equation, what we discussed just now. Today we are doing this much. Tomorrow we will continue with some more numericals, and then most probably the chapter will be over by tomorrow. Thank you.